morning, IHSA football family. It is time now for the top Illinois recruit watch list, Coach Big Pete recruit watch list, and this is the quarterbacks watch list of March 25th. So just a little bit of a quick reminder to everyone. This is March 25th, 2023. Make sure you check out the watch list on deepdishfootball.com. I guarantee you that there's been names added, especially if you're watching this in June, July, August, September. Make sure you check it out on deepdishfootball.com, the Coach Big Pete Illinois Recruit Watch List, class of 2023. I'm sorry, class of 2024. I am still stuck in the last year. I apologize for that. All right, so again, just a quick reminder. As always, these names are not in order. No stars, no rankings. They mean absolutely crap. Like I've told numerous times. Best player for the best position. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com if you have any questions. Again, recruits, make sure you fill out the Deep Dish Football recruiting questionnaire on deepdishfootball.com. Going to be doing more watch list videos. Keep an eye out for class of 2024 and doing the class of 2025 and 2026. As usually the last video too. So let's get started for quarterbacks. And again, quarterbacks this year, unlike last year where we had a definite number one, and we do have a definite number one in this year. Again, I'm trying to find the perfect wording for this. Still very unproven this year for class of 2024 quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Unlike last year, where last year we had a proven quarterback in Ian Gray. Alessio, quarterback out of St. Francis, and I'm not going to say his last name because literally I do not want to butcher his last name. I do apologize, Alessio, and Alessio fans too. But Alessio is one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. But again, very unproven. A lot of these quarterbacks this year have been very unproven. Still questions arise. Unlike I feel last year and the year before that. And again, this year, my grading of the quarterbacks has gone down a little bit from last year. But it's going to be very interesting, especially for next year's class of 2025 of quarterbacks, class of 2025 quarterbacks. I still see the same problems. And again, Illinois is a beef state, ain't a quarterback state. Then it is what it is. But let's get started, shall we, for the quarterbacks of class of 2024. Now we go into the class of 2024 quarterbacks, yada, yada, yada. First quarterback, and then again, these are not in order. Colin Hayes, a Bloomington Central Catholic, tall frame, athletic quarterback, one of the better quarterbacks in the state, small school star. Definitely going to gradually get more looks, especially in those first 3 weeks for college coaches. He has a good job, especially reading defenses too. Like to see more of his throws, but definitely a quarterback you got to check out for. Next, from the high-flying offense of the Peoria Lyons, Tino, quarterback. Very impressed with this young man, especially with that fast-paced offense of Coach Thornton. Tino makes the right moves, and again, still would like to see more from his accuracy perspective. He's going to be another quarterback to watch out for. Next one, sort of an undersized guy, and we have a lot of undersized guys this year. Ryan Jackson, Lyons Township. Ryan Jackson, to me, again, a quarterback that gets the job done. He's got the receivers and Plafflin and I forget another wide receiver that Lyons Township has. But again, a very interesting quarterback, could fit a good mold of that run-shoot offense. But Ryan Jackson is one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Another one, a little bit of a project college coaches are waiting on, Marek of Fenwick. He has all the physical tools. Full tools. Again, more college coaches still waiting to see with Marek Hill. And again, a lot of the bigger quarterbacks that we've had this year for the class of 2024, it's still a wait and see. Colin Hayes, Marek Hill, Johnny Weber, who I'm going to get to next, and Johnny Weber of Carmel Catholic, a stud quarterback out of the Carmel Corsair offense. Great frame. A lot of coaches love that. Would like to see more from him. Talented group of wide receivers for that Carmel Catholic team. Again, we have a lot of quarterbacks where they're talented. They've depended more on their talented wide receivers than their natural tools. So we will see what happens with Johnny Weber, but he is a star quarterback for the state of Illinois that you must know about. Trenton Zeeb, Mater Dei, a small school stud. Absolutely love this kid. Unbelievable on his reads, especially his reads. Good ability to read the secondaries and make a decision. The key is going to be, again, wait and see project with the next 3 games, his first 3 games of his senior year. Next one, another small school star that I really like. There are under 1,000 kids, if I'm not mistaken now. Streator High School, Christian Benning. He is an absolute stud. Again, you could see him fit that mold of a Gavin Zimbelman, who played at Tino a couple of years ago, who was an absolute star, great arm. Christian Benning, and again, I'm more into accuracy of quarterbacks than throwing power. Christian Benning is one of them. Next one, another wait and see project, just like Marek Hill from Fenwick. Ryan Mohler of Neuqua Valley. He's going to be lining up the boards in DuPage County, no doubt about that. Ryan Mohler has the shot of being one of those kids that absolutely takes off into the summer and we get into the fall. But Ryan Mohler, Neuqua Valley quarterback. Next one, did an interview with him on a dish. Absolutely impressed with this kid. Multiple sports star. Connor Dennis, Boylan Catholic quarterback. Again, we still have not seen the best out of this kid. Connor Dennis out of Boylan Catholic is one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Good to moderate accuracy. Would like to see a little bit more of his deep throws, especially his third level throws. But again, Connor Dennis of Boylan Catholic is the real deal and definitely a kid that you must know about from Boylan Catholic. And we go down a little bit more. Now, we got another one. And he has a shot to being the best quarterback in the state of Illinois, but we still need to see a lot more from this kid, Nacari McFarland, former IC, former not Bolingbrook, but Kenwood. He's now Kenwood quarterback. Nacari McFarland, he has all the measurables. But like to see a little bit, again, more reading especially on the coverages, the secondaries, and the windows of his throws. That's going to be key. Next one, Arfa Palicki of Willowbrook. And if I murdered that last name, I do apologize to you, Arfa. But again, an absolute stud. Absolute stud. His ability, especially to work, and he's been one of the quarterbacks that it's had a lot lesser talent than a lot of these other quarterbacks that I'm discussing right now. But Arthur is the real deal. Great throwing mechanics as well. Good on the run, too. Just an absolute bulldozer, but a kid that you need to keep an eye out for. Next one. Lit up the scoreboards like it was nobody's business. Makobi Adams out of Mount Zion could also be seen as a little bit of an athlete, too. But Makobi Adams is the real deal, and I feel that he's going to be a steal, especially we get into late fall with like a Trenton Zeeb, and that he's going to be another steal. But Makobi Adams out of Mount Zion, great on his reads. Had a little bit of problems turning over the ball, but definitely a player to keep an eye out for. Next one, he's a baseball star too. Cole Crafton out of Lincoln Way West. He's got another shot to be one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. But again, the big question, baseball or football, you can't really decide. But Cole Crafton is the real deal. His just pure playmaking ability is what makes Cole Crafton special. He has a shot again to be one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Next one, who I absolutely adore, who is one of my favorite quarterbacks, and yes, I play favorites, especially with quarterbacks, undersized Michael Champagne of Glenbard South. The kid is just absolutely magnificent. He's absolutely magnificent with his throws and his toughness in the pocket, but Michael Champagne, definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Marcus Brown, Brother Rice, again, another wait-and-see project. Has all of it, especially good on-field IQ, but we're going to see through his progressions as we get later into the season for Brother Rice, but he is another big-time quarterback. Dennis Mandela of IC, another undersized quarterback, fits that undersized quarterback pool of IC like it's nobody's business. IC, they always get those little tough SOB quarterbacks, and Dennis is one of them. Again, kid's a pure leader on the field and off the field, but especially with IC, Both ways, a multiple athlete player, just a typical IC quarterback, another kid you got to keep out for. Next one, Kevin Stanzilo, Aurora Central Catholic, has the athletic ability, great athletic ability, good reads in that. Some of his games still, you like to see a little bit more of, how do you say, more of a, I'm trying to think of the words, more of a, just basically assurance in himself. I think that's going to be key. But Kevin Stanzilo of Aurora Central Catholic is definitely one of those guys. Next one, Alessio out of St. Francis. Been tabbed as one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. I think he's there. He's getting there. I think there's still some questions, especially, again, we have a lot of quarterbacks. Are they a product of their wide receivers, or are they a product of making their wide receivers great? And Alessio is one of those guys that you have to look at. But he is one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Great throws on the run. Good at reading defenses, too. Had some games where he was an absolute star. Just an absolute star. But he is the real deal. Next one, Braden Tishier. And what more can you say, especially with that unbelievable play that he had against Glenbard West with the quarterback sneak that turned into, it was like a 99-yard touchdown. But Braden Tishier, undersized, but just an absolute killer of defenses. Underrated athleticism. Will absolutely break your ankles. Hell of a thrower, too. And again, would like to see a little bit more, especially with those third-level throws, especially when we go into that range of 25 to 30 yards. But again, he is another player that is a real deal. Next one, who I've been talking about a lot, Troyer Carlson. Yeah, he's that damn good out of Canelan. He does it all, both ways, running, passing. Very impressive from, especially from going to his sophomore season into his junior season. His junior season, he was unbelievable. Definitely a kid that you got to keep an eye out for. And I really see him more of from a couple of years back, 2020, class of 2020. Mark Gronkowski out of who's plays for South Dakota State, if I'm not mistaken, and now. But Mark Gronkowski out of Neuqua Valley. I see a lot of Troyer Carlson in him from Canelan. He is just one hell of a quarterback. And do not sleep on this kid. This kid could be a huge steal for a college program, no doubt about that. All right, Robert Battle out of East St. Louis, and we got Robert Battle out of East St. Louis. Again, you talk about tremendous talent surrounding him. This season's going to be a test for him, and this season, especially with his offensive line, this is going to prove a lot to a lot of college coaches. But Robert Battle has the arm. I saw him at Boom. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. Unbelievable talent. Continues to grow, but definitely a player that you got to keep an eye out for. Ryan Bowe, Batavia, just absolutely run your ass over. Good amount of arm, smart decision making. Again, very nice touch on the ball too. Ryan Bowe out of Batavia, another player that you got to keep an eye out for. He's going to definitely be a player to keep an eye out for. Especially in that group, especially again him and St. Charles Norfolk against Plum. You talk about a game. That's going to be a game. And Ryan Bowe is the real deal. Again, receivers, they're there. Pretty good athletic offensive line, but he just knows how to make plays. So definitely keep an eye out for him. Jake Curry, Edwardsville, and Jake Curry to me. We talk about that Central Illinois, that Southern Illinois surprise that usually comes up at the middle of the season and starts getting offers. Jake Curry from Edwardsville is that kid. He is the real deal. Do not sleep on Jake Curry, and I know a lot of people are sleeping on Jake Curry right now, but he's the real deal. He's got, I think, 6'1" right now, 6 foot. But again, one of those quarterbacks, fast reaction time, good with the ball, especially running with the ball as well. He's going to be another player to keep an eye out for. Caden Casimino, another player I did an interview with, Crystal Lake South, another undersized quarterback, had unbelievable numbers last season. This season is definitely another big year for him, especially when we get into those summer camps. A lot of college coaches talking about it. A lot of college coaches talking about him. The big thing will be see how he does well, especially with those first level throws. Caden Casimino is one of those type of kids. Max Bray, St. Bede Academy, now St. Bede, formerly of Aurora Christian. He's been killing it since 2020. Max Bray has been the real deal, still needs to get more looks. Definitely could be one of the best in the state of Illinois and a small school star. I know small school quarterbacks, they don't really do that much for college coaches, but Max Bray is the real deal. I feel if you put him in a bigger offense, he would have gotten a bunch of offers. But Max Bray, St. Bede Academy. What more can be said about this kid? He's got a weird little freaky wind-up, but the pass is unbelievable. Kid has good air under the ball, very good accuracy too. Max Bray out of St. Bede is a kid that you must know about. He's definitely one of the top quarterbacks for the class of 2024. Next one, Cale McFina. He just committed to Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa. I'm sorry, I apologize. Cale McFina, again, I talked about him week one. There were a lot of scouts in week one. A lot of some of the scouts were a little bit worried from what they saw in week one, but he progressed to week 9. That week 1 was against Wheaton Academy, but he's progressed. He did a wonderful job. He tested unbelievable with a lot of college coaches, especially with his scores getting up into that top 20 percentile of college coaches. Cale McFina is one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. And again, a lot of talent around him. We'll see what happens this season. But yeah, he's got Christian Benacor as an absolute star. Next one, Ethan Cole, Bradley Bourbonnais High School. And as we get into and we talk about that whole area, Kankakee, Bradley Bourbonnais at, we usually get one quarterback that's an absolute star. And for this year is Ethan Cole out of Bradley Bourbonnais. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable touch on the ball. One of the better touches on the ball for this class. Ethan Cole, real deal. And what more can you say? A lot of college coaches like that. Head coach's son that's a quarterback. He's one of those kids. And Ethan Cole does a great job at ringing defenses. Had an unbelievable season last season and continues to grow. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Could be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Definitely kid to keep an eye out for. And next one, another proving point because he switched. He shared the ball a couple times, but he's gonna be leading the St. Rita Mustangs. But a kid that you must know about out of Hinsdale, Jet Hilding, St. Rita quarterback, another player that you must know about. Jet Hilding, great throws with the ball, good run with the ball as well. Would like to see a little bit more, especially for throwing, especially in that first and second level. But again, real deal for St. Rita. And again, when we talk about quarterbacks, we get those crazy eye quarterbacks that just want to chuck the ball 30, 25 yards and then throwing an interception. That's what's key, especially with me breaking down all these quarterbacks, is looking at do they have those crazy eyes? Do they make those dumb decisions of throwing the ball 30, 40 yards? And it's a learning process. And again, a lot of these quarterbacks are learning. I feel this class has a lot more potential, but again, it's just not there. But this class of 2024 quarterbacks is going to be an interesting crew as we get into the regular season. Again, follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip / donation via PayPal or Venmo link below. Might be releasing some of the scouting notes on my Facebook page at Coach Big Pete. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm also on TikTok. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Still doing free recruiting advisement sessions. Absolutely free recruiting advisement sessions. Check it out on deepdishfootball.com. Thank you guys so much. And next will be Offensive Playmakers video as well. This is Coach Big Pete of deepdishfootball.com.